Why check this box? Harvard University has vowed to keep the anti-yellow skin and epicanthal fold admissions policy that creates this distortion in qualifications versus acceptance rates, which they maintain on the basis that Asians have lousy personalities. And some numbers with things called deciles. We have Asian personalities ranked last, and dead last. Asia comprises 2,300 languages, 49 countries, scores of ethnicities, all this land, and 4.7 billion people. Everyone from Miss Manila to the Dalai Lama, Javanese islanders, Buddhist monks, Paleo-Siberians, Turkic and Khmer people, Han Chinese, Yamato, Bai, Zhuang, on and on. For Harvard's purposes, check this box. This is going to shock you maybe, but all that said, I actually don't think that Harvard's policymakers are racist. Harvard knows perfectly well that Asians do not have such horrible personalities that you need to control their numbers like feral cats. This personality test is just an underhanded way of achieving a political, ideological agenda that uses race as proxies. Yes, Asians lose out, but omelet, eggs. It drives me crazy. I wrote a long, serious, fact-packed, analytical version of this script, but I trashed it because it was so angry. But it does drive me crazy. There's only one thing that drives me as crazy, and that's this person talking about how she votes.
I'll just pick this name because it's Asian.
Not only the insanity that I just talked about of putting all Asians into one box, but the whiteness of it. In our times of bowing to self-identity, let us note that Asia is a European construct. It started with the ancient Greeks. It's got nothing to do with how Asians historically identified themselves. So speaking of that place and this person, her family evidently made it to the land of opportunity from some whole part of the world that's got all kinds of problems, including this backwards tribalistic way of thinking that utterly disregards the sacred ideal that all men are created equal and subverts American society and makes no bloody sense. If you want to be governed by Asians, go live in Asia. It'll be great.
I'll just pick this name because it's Asian.
Chun, Kim, Hashimoto, Sukarno, Nguyen. So she's in San Francisco, which has turned into a kind of shithole.
That's how I used to vote. That is not a good way to vote.
Okay, she discovered after her kid's education went down the drain, thanks to some elected official with an Asian name, that there is something beyond an Asian name, like your whole freaking political orientation. We have these parties called Democrat and Republican, these radically different sides of the ideological divide called left and right, which do differ significantly on educational issues and produce significantly different results. Well, I chickened out on the end of this video, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the question to the people who still think the way she used to think. I'm going to repeat the question for you that I asked at the beginning of this video. Why check this box?